Hi, my name is Ellie, and today I'm here to talk about who inspires me as a copywriter. Because actually, I've been talking about Medium a lot in the last couple of weeks, but in reality, I'm actually a copywriter, which means I basically sell things with words. Now, let me point out that ethics wise, I would only ever sell products that I believe in. I don't believe in pushy marketing or sleazy, salesy tactics, to be honest. So I would like to think that everything I've ever written is ethical. And basically, I've been selling products that I would buy myself or products that I would actually encourage other people to use. So just putting that out there. But my copywriting journey began, I think it was 2021. It was basically around the time COVID hit. And I suddenly found myself in a position where my department at the time basically was made redundant overnight. So our department vanished because of COVID restrictions. We couldn't go to the office to perform the role we were doing. So yeah, my team and I, we found out that, oh, damn, our work is disappearing. So therefore the company I worked for was really lovely, and they offered all of us an opportunity to apply for different roles within the company. And luckily at the time there was a role for a copywriter. And I've always been interested in writing. I have a degree in English. I've also got certifications from Cambridge. So it seemed like a really logical step for me, thinking, oh yeah, I can write. Awesome, I'll be a copywriter. The reality of thinking you can write and actually copywriting are very different, by the way, but that's a topic for another day. So yeah, in 2021, I quickly had to learn copywriting. And the first person on my list of people who inspire me and people who I follow to this day, the first lady is called Tamsin Henderson. You can find her on Udemy really easily, and she sells multiple courses about copywriting, building portfolios, finding your niche. She also has higher ticket items, of course, which are not on Udemy, but you can find her through the Copy Kooks. And she now also has, what's it called? Copy School, which is a private membership for people who are interested in having a monthly membership with T. She actually likes to go by T, even though her name's Tasmin. And I'm one of the founding members. So this was set up only, I think, 2-3 months ago. And I was really lucky because I was one of the first members. So my membership is super cheap. I think I'm paying $13 a month. And it's fantastic because every month she has guest speakers, she gives critiques of copywriting. There's also a community board, so you can write in with any questions, and she's always there to help people. And if you're thinking of going into copywriting, or even if you're an established copywriter, don't be fooled by the fact she's on Udemy. Her courses are fantastic. She's absolutely lovely. She's also catering for people like me who are introverted. So that's also one of the things I love about her. So yeah, she's absolutely fantastic. So she's one of those that she's a hidden gem, quite honestly, because the other people I'm about to talk to are obviously much bigger in terms of following and publicity. But if you ever need a course and you ever need copywriting advice, Tamsin Henderson is super approachable and she's absolutely fantastic. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of the people I'm speaking about today, so I'm just also making that clear. This is not a paid membership or a paid sponsorship. I just think she's wonderful. Now, the second person on my list, also this is why these people are bigger, because the ones I'm now going to talk about all have a book, is Marie Forleo. Now you can find Marie Forleo on YouTube. She's massive on there. You can find her in all different things. She also has courses called the Copy Cure, B School and Time Genius. They're all fantastic, by the way. They're very expensive, but they are all fantastic. And Copy Cure is also for copywriters. And it's super short and super succinct. So it's great if you're strapped for time, but it's a really amazing course. I absolutely love it. And also you get lifetime membership. Also with Udemy courses, you have lifetime membership. So you can go back as often as you can. And also Marie, every year, if you're in one of her programs, she runs them at the same time every year. And if you're one of the alumni, then you can go again, basically. So you can refresh your skills every year by joining along. And her Copy Cure course for writers and copywriters, I highly recommend it. She's also really quirky and funny and bubbly and just, she's wonderful. And yeah, she's from New Jersey and she loves to talk about that, and she's quite self-deprecating at times. Yeah, she's really fantastic. And also with the Copy Cure, this is how I was introduced to one of my absolute favourite copywriters. She's super expensive. She also runs courses every now and again. But to get any kind of one-on-one coaching or anything, it's way out of my price range. And I'm not even sure she does it anymore, because this lady can make millions just writing emails. And she proudly does it all in her sweatpants. She always talks about how she just loves working at home, and she's kind of boasts about how lazy she is. And in reality, she's not lazy at all. She's a kick-ass copywriter, and she's also, yeah, she's a force of nature. I absolutely love her. And that's a lady called Laura Belgray. This is her first novel. This is not about copywriting. This is just a hilarious, it's more like a biography actually. It's hilarious. Tough Titties by Laura Belgray. Even if you don't want to learn copywriting off this lady, I would highly recommend this book because it's brilliant. And again, this is not a sponsored post. So Marie also falls into copywriters. I think she relies on Laura because Laura's, yeah, she's a high paid copywriter. So they made a nice pairing. But in reality, Marie Forleo is also a copywriter. So yeah, both of them are fantastic. Now, a gentleman who is, you can't really call him a copywriter, but he is a writer. And he's also someone you can find on YouTube. He also runs courses, of course. Yeah, many of these people run courses. But he's, not only when you're a copywriter do you have to learn how to write, a lot of it is also mindset and finding the motivation to turn up every day. So if you're ever struggling to find motivation, or just somebody who's going to be in your corner to pick you up and shine a light on you, this guy is amazing. Brendon Burchard. I hope I'm pronouncing his surname right. So Brendon Burchard. This book is phenomenal. He has other books too, actually, but for some reason this is my absolute favourite. It's not only motivational and transformative, it's poetry almost. It's beautiful. He writes in such a beautiful way. Every page has you hanging off your seat almost because you want to read more. It's beautiful. It absolutely and utterly is touching on your emotions from page 1 until how many pages it is. It's just brilliant. And I highly recommend this man. He's a gem, absolute gem in the world of influencers and what have you. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I also had a membership with him for a while, but it's quite expensive. And after a while, I stepped out because I could no longer afford it at the time. But I highly recommend him. His books are beautiful. And another lady who I absolutely love, unfortunately she's passed, but a lady I often come back to because again, it's not only mindset. As a writer, it's also about finding flow, finding peace in your body, finding rest, relaxation, calmness. And the lady that stands out for me the most, I follow a lot of people like this, like Wayne Dyer, and Tony Robbins can also do this to some extent, even though he's more upbeat and what have you. His wife, actually, Sage, amazing, so calm, so giving, so wonderful. But a lady that I've been following probably for a decade already is Louise Hay. Obviously, even if you've not heard of Louise, you've probably heard of Hay House. She is the founder. And it all started when I think she went through a terrible divorce or something. Actually, she got remarried, but her first marriage was terrible and the guy treated her terribly. And then she, I think, remarried and he was quite nice to her, but it didn't work out. So eventually she started writing leaflets about healing your body through affirmations and through, I guess, metaphysics. That's also fantastic. All of her books are brilliant. But this is actually my favourite because she did a project with Cheryl Richardson, who Louise Hay could write, but it's all affirmations, whereas Cheryl has made it into a whole narrative. And it's really beautifully written. So that's why I'm showing you this one. Also, yeah, you can create an exceptional life. Of course you can. You're a writer. You can pen your own future. You can create and design your life to some extent. And especially if you learn copywriting skills, you hold the key to many doors and you hold the key to manifesting money. And as I said at the beginning, it doesn't have to be through salesy tactic or basically just being unethical. Don't do that. Use your words for good. Use your words to persuade people, to inspire people, to educate people, to uplift humanity in some ways. And that's why all 5 of these people for me are like a toolbox. And they all do different things. However, they make it more of a holistic experience as a writer for me, because it's really important to also look after your body, to look after your mind, to look after yourself. And all 5 of these people would tell you exactly that. All in their own way, by the way, because obviously they're all unique and different and they all have a very different tone of voice, which is also what I like, because I like diversity in life. But yeah, these are my favourite role models as a writer who help to inspire me every single day. And I may not read them every day or follow them every day because, of course, yeah, we're all busy. But these people have made a huge impact on my life. They really have. It's such a shame Louise is no longer with us, but her legacy lives on. And she was a phenomenal human being. Absolutely phenomenal. I could tell you more about it, but then the video would get super long. But really quick sidestep is that she actually was one of the first people to reach out to AIDS victims. I think this was even before Princess Diana did it. She was one of the first people to go into like groups of men dying of AIDS, and she gave them hugs. She used touch, physical touch, to make them feel loved when they'd been rejected by society, because this is back in the day when this particular, can you call it a disease? I guess it's a disease, was shunned and looked down upon because it had a very, very negative connotation back in the day. And this lady, she just showed them nothing but love, nothing but acceptance, nothing but just, pureness, and telling them all that they were still beautiful and loved and all the rest of it when their families, friends, society had completely rejected them. So yeah, Louise Hay, I'm pretty certain I'm saying this correctly, that she She may be less famous than Princess Diana for doing that, but she was one of the originals. And she really was an original, amazing lady. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you there. And I, as always, will say keep writing. And love, light and peace. Bye-bye.